Have you ever had those beady cigarettes they have?
Yes.
Those are gnarly, dude.
We smoked those in high school. We were early on beadies. Aren't they 10 cigarettes or something?
Yeah.
They're like little Indian blunts.
Yeah, you're like mainlining the amount of nicotine that would be in 3 cigars. And it's wrapped in like wood. The paper's like oak.
It's like a cinnamon stick. And you're like, you're breathing it in as hard as possible.
Yeah, it's like, am I smoking or making pho? What are we doing here?
Catching cancer, acute cancer.
Yeah, and they smell terrible. Like clove cigarettes get me horny because I remember going to Paris and the Platte in Denver. And, going to get coffee when I was like 17. And yeah, I'm a jock, but I read Hemingway, And then you go in and there's just like short-haired girls. This was like before non-binary, but they definitely would have identified that way now.
Tons.
And I just love short-haired gamine girls. And they would always smoke clove cigarettes in their like big novelty glasses. And I'd be like, under those glasses, they're perfect. So now the smell of cloves, I'll be like,
DeJarums.
17-year-old horny. Yeah, DeJarums.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's a fun. We did a black clove cigarette, DeJarum clove cigarettes when Sam and I first met, and there was a heavy set girl that smoked them and loved them.
I understand that. I mean, RISD is sponsored by Clove cigarettes.
You get them free when you like this. Welcome, hey, your parents are gone. Here's some cigarettes.
They're part of your tuition.
Yeah, there you go.
How we doing over there, Lundy?
Oh, I think we're good.
Now I know you love producing the audio levels on this podcast.
Yeah, I like doing stuff. It gives me something to do while you talk. While you don't shut up.
Yeah, as
We're
I
good
get my
over
shit
there?
in. Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Well, yeah, we're here. Of course, you know who I am. It's me, John Popper.
John Jalapeno Popper.
Yeah.
You've gotten hit with that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Recently.
The internet's mean.
The internet's so good, though. Because, the ones that really stick in your craw are the ones you're like, fuck, I should have been saying that about myself during roasts.
Oh, sure, yeah. Sometimes there's some good stuff amongst the trash, the low-hanging fruit. Yeah, that's John Jalapeno Popper's great.
Low-hanging fruit? I love a short homosexual. Huh? Come on. And we're joined with the straightest homosexual I've ever met. Sweet Nick up here in Providence, everyone.
Yeah, the power of 1,000, the power of 10 gays. A pile of 10 gays is what my homophobic father used to say.
Yeah, your whole house is pretty much like, no, I swear I'm straight.
Yeah, no, I know what this looks like, but no, it's just I love drapes. Yeah. No, my dad unironically used to say that. Like he would like change out the furniture, and he was a car salesman. He used to change out the furniture like a manic rich gay guy.
Yeah.
Because he had a friend at a furniture store, but he would do like the lamps, the rugs, the tables every 4 months.
Yeah.
And it was truly like a manic, and he would kind of like openly say really funny because my aunt Denise was like a quote unquote like 90s. I think it was the term, so I won't. So you can bleep that out. Or by the way, bleeps are.
I mean, if you blast any hard ends, we're gonna have to go.
No,
to the
I'll never do that.
No.
But anyway, she was a self-proclaimed. But so a lot of gay guys used to hang out at the house, and she'd be like, "Oh, Robbie," and my dad would be like, "Robbie, I've got the taste of 10 gay men." I was like, "It's a weird, weird flex. Dad.
He couldn't say that he was the equal to one very talented,
right? Yeah,
gay dude. He had to be exponentially better.
And Robbie's in the corner pulling his bolo tie, being like,
he does have those lamps.
Aggressive mincing is my favorite gay guy move.
Yeah,
like, he's right. Just like through gritted teeth, having to admit that I do have some taste.
It's fair though. That's high. That should be seen as highest praise though.
Well, dude, like this, walking around in your testament, your living shrine to how great your tastes are. We're here at your home and outside of Providence, and you guys all know Nick, of course, from Scuff Realtor, MDE back in the day, PGL now, and it's just like I have such a hard time admitting that I like these things because I come from like the jock, like no. Quartz is gay,
Who cares?
Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like no, I'm gonna sleep on the ground on a deflated air mattress because that's what men do. So it's just really nice to like be in this place that is so just. I keep saying appointed and Tony.
Yeah, Tony has been the word of the last like 5 days.
Ever since I bought that house.
It changed you.
I've been trying to because I would send the listing to my friends. They're like, "Where are you living?" And I'd send them a listing, and it says $500,000 or whatever, and I would say it's a Tony neighborhood. Yeah. To try and like deflate whatever ideas they have of me.
Tony Danza neighborhood.
Tony Danza. Yeah. Tony Dance Extravaganza. Remember them? They were a power violence band out of Colorado Springs.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I get asked if I like them a lot.
Interesting. What do you say?
I never heard them, and I never looked them up. But Chris likes them.
Okay.
They're cool, right?
Oh, Chris for sure would like them.
Yes.
Yeah, when he puts down the daughter's LP.
Yeah. As soon as that one's done, yeah. Yes.
But yeah, dude, I put on a cool shirt because I was nervous about meeting your wife in your beautiful home.
No.
So I wore like a nice shirt just in
why you-
case.
This is a nice shirt, but no, please God, he's being. Of course, it's nice, but no, you have to. Buying antiques is where my wife and I met, and it just snowballed into a full-blown heroin addiction.
When you walked into and met her at that Syracuse Antique Mall,
Yeah.
and she was back there twitching, half of her hair was braided, the
Yeah.
other side was shaved,
Yes.
and you're like, these rugs, wow. Are these Moroccan rugs? And she's like, they're Algerian, stupid.
Yeah, she's like, it's stupid. And then she coughed up her tooth.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you bought the tooth.
And then I obviously came right away. I tried to buy our dinner as fast as possible, but she couldn't hold down food. Because,
She needed the nutrients so bad.
She looked so malnourished from getting her eyes fucked out of her by a drummer. Fair enough. We all like our bad boys, so I get it. I can't get mad at her for that.
What was the line? You guys both said something.
Oh, Jenny and Johnny, yeah.
You had the same burn. I can't remember. You
It was
told
Jenny.
us.
We were at a Jenny Lewis show, and Jenny
Oh,
Lewis
yes.
mid-show was like, I was like leaning on a pole. She was just across from me, and she was like, "Shout out to all my straight edge friends," and we were both like, "Ugh."
Yeah, you just both gag.
Yeah, Jesus. And then like she looked up and she's like, "Hey, you're Nick from the Antiques Mall, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I was trying to find you for a couple of weeks."
It's not just what I do, though,
Whoa.
honey.
Yeah.
It doesn't define me.
It's not my whole
not
thing.
my thing.
I dabble.
There's more to me.
I'll sell you a Chrysler.
Yeah. She's like, "Do you smoke cigarettes?" She's like, "All the time." Then we got married. Immediately after that, I got married.
Yeah, we're similar. You got us beat by a couple years, I think, because we both started dating our wives in 2012, and I think we mentioned 14 years together. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
12.
Ended up. I'm coming up on 5 years married. They got married in 2016, so you're coming up
Hell
on 8.
of a wedding.
It was
2016 you got married?
Yeah.
What date?
June 18th.
Oh, it's my brother's birthday. Excellent.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He came. He said, "Emily, I'm the one.
What about me? Back. She's like, "No, you're not. You're a fucking realtor."
Quit hanging out with those Portuguese in Providence."
She's like, "You know how I feel. It's brutal. Steaks shouldn't be with eggs. Only in the morning. That's disgusting. Bife Portuguese is a breakfast meal."
Don't they do like a soft boiled egg on top of a steak?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to like break it up and run it through.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
rice over rice, like bifa, B-I-F-E.
That sounds
I know
good.
it's a terrible name.
Their language sucks.
It's cruel.
It's like if Bjork went to Spain, It's totally made up and no one takes it seriously. Lovely people.
yeah,
Musical. Great history of piracy.
really.
Everyone kind of sweeps Portugal under the rug because they're just like California of Europe, but they were raising hell out there.
Oh yeah, they're the giant the fleets of
Oh, yeah.
ships,
Uh-huh.
just going and grabbing whatever, bringing it back.
Yeah, they had
Or
to like protect the west coast of Europe.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know from who though.
And here I always thought that just having great hair. That's what I thought they left the world was just lots of hair. Girls with body hair.
Oh yeah.
Cute though, cute stuff.
It is interesting when you meet a woman and she has just like thick thatch on her lower back.
Yes.
And you're like, man, your country really fled some turmoil.
Man, you know how to put an egg on top of a steak. Yeah, Portuguese girls are they're like a special, and they're like oddly beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
they're like almost unethnic, where it's just like they look Italian, but there's like less of an ethnicity. So they have like less of a bone structure, which is beautiful if you are over 210 pounds.
Oh
You're like, just 19 to 30% body fat.
yeah.
now we're talking.
Yeah, if your body mass index is ? Winky face.
Just sweet great
Error.
teeth.
Yeah. Pass. Yeah, Portuguese women kind of look like if you had like a racist draw their idea of like what a, like a lesser than woman would be. And then they render a Portuguese woman and you're like, oh, you mean this beautiful princess?
Yeah. This great cook.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with a great body and
Yeah, this woman who will like open a clamshell with a toothbrush. Yeah.
I used to smoke a lot of weed with my friend Diane, who was like a fresh off the boat Portuguese chick, beautiful girl, beautiful sisters, and like model gorgeous, like truly awful with their money. Like love like bags and shit. And I used to be like, you're a hairdresser, you make like $2,000 a week. Put some fucking money away, Diane. She's like, I know, I just can't. whatever. You know, I like this guy so much. Yeah, like, I'm broke.
Good idea.
Yeah. But she would tell me she'd go home with her mom and like scrub pig intestines with lemon juice.
Sure, yeah.
And they'd make shitties and then they store it in a Home Depot pail and lard to the top. Beautiful girls telling me they're scrubbing pig intestines.
So they can lard them.
So yeah, and then they clean like a nice clean lard top and then store them. I was like, wow.
We don't have Portuguese out west.
What's your? Do you have anything?
We have Mexicans in Colorado. We also have a fairly big like Somali Ethiopian population up in Aurora, north of Denver.
Really? Was it like a needle?
Vietnamese.
Yeah,
we got the Vietnamese.
Yeah,
That's great.
Federal Boulevard is still like the old like good restaurants in Denver that don't get mentioned
No one talks
when it's
about
called
them.
the number one fucking pizza city. They're ignoring some of the best Vietnamese and Mexican food all up and down Federal, Korean, Chinese dim
Salvadorans.
sum.
Yeah.
Oh, you have El Salvadorians?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
we have a lot here. El
Yeah,
Salvadorians.
they're everywhere now. They're
Yeah.
really making a push.
Yeah, they're well, they once they switched to Bitcoin.
That's right.
They jumped on the Concorde and came over here. Yeah. They're all like Wolf of Wall Street now.
That's right.
Sous chefs, so now they're going to take over the world. I'm fully convinced that we're fucked.
I remember when they switched to Bitcoin, my dad was like, "It's all going to be okay, Sam. Everything's going to pay off," because he was a big crypto pirate guy.
Really?
Yeah, my dad got in
yeah,
like early on
early.
Bitcoin and shit, and he's like, it's a Jack Nicholson gif of just
He's like looking at like the cooks differently now. He's like this.
Same team.
we're all in this together, brother.
Hodl,
yeah,
yeah. Bitcoin, Ethereum only, baby. I'm seeding a fucking I've got a fucking node of Ethereum seeding.
And it is funny to like have like a guy who's been fairly incompetent in every investment he's ever made. God bless him.
Just smack a grand slam on crypto.
Yeah, just because he had Wired magazine.
Digital currency, huh? He's like half of the bag. He's like,
So,
this is it.
yeah, I can buy my Frank Zappa LPs without any money line. This is good.
Perfect. What else do they have on the black web? Oh no!
Oh God!
Well, yeah. What else
Betsy,
can
cancel my call.
What else can I invest in on here? Oh no! Oh no!
No, well, people are going to be spending this money though.
Yeah, eventually. That's
Untraceable.
Is he a Bitcoin maximalist?
No, he dips his toes,
Sick.
but I think his biggest holdings are definitely Bitcoin, and he won't tell us how much, but he always will just be like, "Don't worry, when I die, everything will be okay." And it's like, everything's okay right now.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. It's fine.
I like you being alive, Dad.
I know. He's everybody from Bitcoin never says the amount of money,
No.
and it's
That's
like
gauche, Sam.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, no, it's not. It's
Dad, where do you
fine.
learn the word gauche? Call me buddy again, man.
I've been hanging out with this guy in Rhode Island. He says he's like 10. He says he's like 10 of them. I've been hanging out. They love the lamps. I like lamps too. Anyway, he's mincing at your wife. He's
Emily, put a bra on.
stealing my son away from me. We were best of friends.
Yeah. No, she loves my dad. They get along. They have like long phone calls that I don't know about.
Really?
Yeah. And then my dad or my wife will be like, "Yeah, I talked to Emily the other day. She's and he'll tell me something that I didn't know about her." And I'm like, "Why won't she open up to me in this way?"
Wow.
Yeah, it's very strange. She doesn't want to bother me, she says. She's like, "I know you got a lot on your plate, so."
That's sweet and sweet. When my wife talks to my parents, there's like a nice warm feeling of like, cool, someone called them.
Right, yeah.
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 It is a nice like thing I can only imagine what my car salesman father's like trying to yeah, you know, like that kind of what is your dad and your wife talking about? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, because my dad's whole thing is like, "Hey, did you hear the new Black Keys?" You know,
Really?
Yeah. Like my dad just is
That's
in
fucking
retirement and he like listens to cool music and bakes his weed cookies, and then Emily will be like, "We had twins die on the table." You know, like they don't have anything to talk about.
Crazy. What else? Have you
Yeah.
ever seen a bad car accident? Yeah. I like the gruesome shit. Anybody's like head ever have to get peeled out of a guardrail but lived? She's like, well, one fractured skull. This woman, he's sending him pictures, like fireable pictures from the ER, like a woman's face like caved in. Your dad's like, man, send me sick. She's so fucking cool.
Yeah. I didn't, Dad.
Yeah, fuck.
Last Thanksgiving, I was at his aunt and uncle's, and his dad was there, and I was very stoned trying to talk to him about like how we had gone to Tokyo and what we were hoping to do with like the footage, you know, sell it, whatever. And halfway through, I'm like, God, you're so stoned, and I almost got embarrassed or like weirded out, and I was like, he's the last, he's higher than you, and he doesn't care, and it was so funny. It was like, oh, this is his dad, and I forgot who I was talking to, and then it was like, this is the perfect guy to talk to, and like be incoherent or whatever.
Elders are the best to be hyper stoned around because they don't care.
No.
They're the only ones that don't. Like, our age folks would call you out faster.
Right. Oh, God, how high are you?
Yeah.
God, you reek like weed.
Yeah, that kind of shit. That passing judgment. Like, biker, like, my mom smokes biker weed.
Yeah.
You can fucking, like, shit your pants in front of her on, like, letting your body go. Like smoking, like, some weed that makes your body high or something. Like, literally, like, loose shit. She's like, oh, you got a little shit in your pants. Get you the like, real chill about it. Yeah. Like, oh, Rocky's probably got some shorts that'll fit you.
Yeah, they've seen it all.
Rocky's been living in the shed for a while. He's a good guy.
Good.
Just lock your trunk.
Fine. That's good that they eat the weed, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad eats weed. And then he'll smoke weed, and then he's just very quiet. And everyone's nervous that he's having a stroke or something. Because he'll just like sit and be on his
Touch
phone.
your nose.
Yeah, exactly. He'll just look up.
Raise
and be
your
like,
hand.
It's so nice here. And back to his phone.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a weird old dude.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like liking cool music and being into Bitcoin. Your dad's definitely cooler than
Dude.
anyone.
I mean, I've talked about it on the pod a lot, but my dad he like ruined cool music because he gave me the real version of it. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm trying to like rebel by listening to Blink-182, and he's like, "You like the Buzzcocks? You'll like the Buzzcocks." You like slide a Buzzcocks album underneath my door.
Trust me,
for the record player he bought me.
Yeah. He's setting you right down the road. He's correcting you as you're making mistakes. You listen to the Color Me Bad.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Maybe we'll get him on the pod sometime. He would hate that.
Yeah, but we could tell him that he could talk twice in the hour, and,
Right.
and it would be fine. And then I think he maybe would be
He'd probably
into
want to
it.
wear a costume and be digitized. Like
Damn,
maybe made as pixels or something. That'd be fun for him.
To
Brilliant
animate
idea.
him.
If he came up with that idea, that's it. Your dad's going right. You'd actually just go to L.A. and start producing TV.
No, you should go to Milan.
Yeah.
Where the real action is, Sam.
Yeah.
He's always telling me where the real stuff is going on.
It's true. He's dead accurate. He's like, look, the Greek banks is what you want to invest in. Portuguese real estate, and Poland's on the come up.
Yeah.
That's the other half.
They'll give you a golden passport. You just got to own a little bit of land.
He's like, I already did it. It's $375. I filed you for one. I did an S corp. Like, what? The fuck?
My dad loves S corps.
Yeah.
I'm an S corp, and he wants to set up a shell S corp.
Yeah, trust. Wait till I'm sure he actually. What am I talking about? He knows trust.
No one cooks the books like Dave T. And he's really excited because he wants you to start making more money so that he can do your taxes because he needs another project.
Really?
Because he
I
figured
asked
out
you.
my taxes, how to do it and streamline it, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to get under the hood on Lund's books."
I asked you, and you didn't know if he would be into it. That's great.
Well, he's got
'cause
his girlfriend now.
He's got a few years that he could do of my taxes.
Yeah.
Catch me up.
Good news.
I did unemployment during COVID. It was sick, and they were like, "You can do, we can take it out, or you can, pay us eventually." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll pay you eventually.
Yeah, that's
give me
awesome.
the
Get it?
lump.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
Give me the lump sum. They call me Lump.
Yeah.
So I fucking
Nathan Lump.
They were like,
Yeah,
what?
you can- and I can fucking. I'll give it
That
back.
has nothing to do with what?
Yeah.
Let me hold it for a while. I'll give it back.
Let me
So
wet
yeah,
my
Dave
whistle.
Dave can help me give it back. And if he wants to do Mutiny and Megan
No.
taxes,
He only
no.
wants to work on thriving businesses.
Shut up. He can get creative with it.
Yeah.
They're sexy. Accounting's sexy again. I had a half of a thought because I had such a good time setting up all the accounting, and I was saying I have my buddy, one of my best friends growing up is an accountant. He works for a firm, and he does mergers and acquisitions. The conversations are always the coolest because they buy and sell companies,
Right.
But they're not pretentious like Wolf of Wall Street dickheads. But business is fun to talk about if it's not delivered to you by a fucking coked out dickhead.
Right.
Yeah,
It's kind of
pure.
interesting.
It doesn't have to be pure evil, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be just like this one guy sold his flooring company for whatever $6 million, and he started buying farmland in Indiana and like buying existing not like corn like widows.
Like already subsidized corn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like cool. Like I bought 3 bowling alleys for this guy. Like I figured out how
They're
much
coming back.
Yeah. People love. Turns out people love bowling. Yeah. DMX loved bowling. DMX was a local bowling hero here.
Is that right?
Earl, yeah, Earl used to,
Really?
yeah, everybody knew him. What? So DMX used to come up and like stay at a campground, like a not even like a fancy one.
Yeah.
And DMX was like a local hero. Everybody like knew him as Earl, and he was like a great.
said Earl,
guy.
yeah.
I'm like, man, that's That's so cool. But yeah, I think he started off the bowling renaissance in Rhode Island. Like,
Why was he so smitten with Rhode Island?
Clams. Seafood, clams.
God.
New York rap loves
Black
Rhode
guys
Island's-
love shellfish.
adore it.
Yeah. Like my brother-in-law's like, he thinks shrimp is like the coolest thing. And he's got good taste otherwise. But it's like, shrimp stinks, Mel.
Lobsters, too.
You know, we don't have them.
No.
So it
I
is
wouldn't
still a
trust
treat.
Lobsters.
I was last night at the Comedy Connection. I tried to get riffing on lobster pots and how the Portuguese are always stealing the lobsters from the pots, and it didn't work. And then you told me because you don't have lobster here.
Yeah, we did quahog clams.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, lobsters. Like, look at this rich guy talking about the rich lobster. There's a place that has unlimited lobsters called the Nordic Lodge. I've waited my whole life to go. It's $175 a plate, all you can eat lobsters.
Oh, shit.
I get in there. My wife and I finally takes me for my birthday 2 years ago. And I'm like, it was 90% black. Yeah. And I was outside having a cigarette, and I walked up to this, and I was like, I gotta ask. And I was like,
Yeah.
a lot of black guys. I feel, And she's like, we take the bus from New York every week.
Wow.
And she's like, there's a huge bus that comes in, and she's like, we all come out. And I was like, she's like, it's this huge deal. You can't eat this much fresh New England lobster. No fucking way. I ate 9 lobsters.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I had 9. I got to 9.
Whoa.
I made the mistake of having but it was me and the Asian guys clobbering the Nemetrics.
Mm-hmm.
The Asian guys knew, right? There was like king crab legs and lobsters.
They're
only.
moneyballing the buffet.
They were literally, we're both doing numbers in our head. We're like the lady with the geometry and the cone.
Yeah, you're a beautiful mind.
Yeah. But it's just getting more lobster. It kept smelling like filth.
You're like weighing the shells afterward.
Yeah, like, oh man, I mean, like, I clear that was $9.50 worth of $75 a pound meat, so I got my word.
Mel, his grandmother is Korean. He's half black, half Korean, and we go to the buffet with her, and you're gonna be there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because she's from a war-torn place where food was like, what you wanted for your birthday. It was like an extra portion of rice.
Yeah.
And she goes in and she'll like sit down, and the first plate is like Jello cubes and mushrooms. Just like big mushrooms, and you're like, "What are you doing over there?" And she's like, "Setting the base."
For the horror that I'm about to inflict on this business owner's
Damn.
books.
Dude,
He figured it
Dude,
out.
you would be made to look a fool
Take
trying
some
to eat
notes.
next to her
Yeah.
because she does it like no one else.
Well, we've talked about, for birthdays growing up, a lot of times I'd want to go to Old Country Buffet,
Right.
and my grandparents would take their time and probably eat more. Well, especially because I'm 10.
Right.
But I'm like, just, fried chicken and mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
and they're just like,
You're like,
salad. and
my
some
mouth
more
is the
salad."
plate.
And yeah, they did damage for sure.
Oh,
And I just
dude.
I thought they were blowing it because I didn't pay attention and thought that them going slow meant they were eating less. But we were watching them,
Dude, that was my
polish off a
grandpa.
couple extra plates.
My hobo grandfather's idea of opulence was Old Country Buffet at the Park Meadows Mall.
Really?
And he would be like, after football practice, you and David Borey, your cousin, we're all going to go out to the Old Country Buffet. How's that sound? I'd be like, great, time with Grandpa. Then we just get there, and then he would just like eat soup and watch us eat. And every time we came back with a new plate, he'd be like, that's a good plate.
Yeah.
He wasn't even in it for the eating. He just wanted to see that we could eat as much as we want.
Yes.
Because
It is
he
a
had to
flex.
like make sorghum to survive in the 30s.
Look at us now. Look at us now catching diabetes.
That's right. That's a fat boy.
Yeah,
That's
good.
my boy. He's a fat boy. I made him that way.
I can make them even better with this here buffet. Those were around, but knowing like the seafood gluttony is like known when you're kids. Like you make friends with clammers and you eat like 500 clams in a.
Holy
like,
shit.
Everybody's got an uncle who ate like the 50 oyster.
Yeah.
Just gave himself iodine poisoning. Just in a backyard somewhere, drinking Coors Light.
March of 2020, my wife was doing a rotation in a hospital in New Orleans, and we'd known about it, and my mom and dad, it's our favorite city, we went down there, and then obviously the world stopped. And about a week into the pandemic, my mom, who was in a wheelchair and couldn't talk that well, was like, oysters. And we're like, I know, Mom, but the world's over. Go out to Bourbon Street. Like, there's no one on the street. It's crazy. And she's like, oysters. And we're like, yeah, that'd be great. And so she fucking puts her scarf around her neck and then just starts wheeling herself to the door.
Yeah.
And she's like, oysters. So we're like, okay, dude, we get it. So Emily sourced oysters from like a dude down the street, and we would just buy bags out of his truck for
Now we're
like
talking.
$20,
Yeah.
for all the oysters. We figured out how to open them and like how to like, Rockefeller them and everything. And I just remember my mom sitting there just eating so many oysters that she like literally shit her chair that night.
Yes.
And the next day, my dad was like taking a pillowcase out, and I was like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "We gotta do some laundry." I was like, "What happened?" And my mom just pops her head out, and she says, "I shit." like smiling.
Yeah.
Like
Oysters.
the work is done. Yeah. Emily had to learn how to make a mojito, and we had to figure out oysters, or else she was gonna start prostituting herself.
She would have left in the night.
Bourbon Street
for
to
sure.
nowhere.
You would have been sleeping for 8 hours, and it would have been enough for her to get a few blocks away, and then you wouldn't have known which direction to go.
Just a street person.
Don't get me the seafood. I'll go on Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a threat.
This is where my son fed
Yeah.
for a lot longer than he should have.
No, that's you like Bourbon Street. They do the crawfish boil. and
They
all that
do.
shit
They
there.
do the crawfish boil, and it's okay, but it's a lot of sodium.
Yeah.
I just always feel really bloated after a crawfish boil, and I think it's a waste of time. Honestly, it's so much work for that little bit of flesh.
Have you gotten? No, you've been eating well. Have you gotten the cunt oyster treatment yet? Where they're people won't eat big oysters like horse.
Oh yeah, the
pussy?
big ones. Yeah.
Like people don't touch big oysters around here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like warm water, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
We used to get these things
because the little fat ones are in cold water because they're more compact and dense.
and you get better flavor, like minerality and brine. There's that like viral Long Island rich lady that's like, I like all these Massapequa oysters. Like that's everybody's brain up here.
Yeah, Tim Dillon Spirit Animals. That woman.
Yes. Like, no. Those are big and disgusting. That's why, like, when Michael Douglas ate that horse pussy fist-sized oyster a month ago. Like,
A month ago, I didn't see
he
it.
ate a fucking oyster the size of, like, your fist, and I'm not kidding. He's like,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a flex. So I was like, how is a millionaire this misguided in his oyster info? Like, that's disgusting. Like, you should throw that oyster away.
Yeah. There's nothing to them. They're no.
If
They're
the
like
shell's
not-
bigger
not
than your palm,
flavorful.
you shouldn't eat it.
There
That's
we
what
go.
they always
Okay.
say.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and if it fits into the divot right there, that's the one you want.
Lucky Limes, Prince Edward Island,
Oh
Canada
my
Cups,
God,
Prince
those
Edward Island.
Canadian ones,
The
dude.
Canadian ones are like, if they're on the menu, there's a place in Maine. There's 5, but there's one place that's like, of course. And they get like the cold water. I'm like, cold water, small cups. And they're like, gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's just fuck me. Like, I would shit that's the best pants shitting most deserved out of any of the pants shitting
yeah.
is oysters.
yeah.
By far.
I mean, last time I shit my pants horrifically was in Australia when I ate
Australian
Burger King
Burger
after
King.
drinking 15 pints. And I woke up awash in my own fluids.
No.
Yeah,
That
it
was your
terrible.
mom. That was your mom checking in.
But it was the other side of the coin.
You were on the other side of the equator. It's fine.
I was, yeah.
The toilet spins, the water spins another way down.
Oh, yeah, and the toilet didn't spin enough.
The bed shit
Didn't
the
spin
other
it all.
way
Yeah, the-
too.
It looked like the bed shit me out. That's how much shit was in the bed. And I was just like a wash-in.
Maybe the bed ate oysters the night before.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope someone else shit that bed.
The bed was
bed
smiling
helped.
face down. You couldn't see that it had a face. The bed had a full grown man's face underneath it, and it was like, he thinks he shit himself.
Dude, Pee Wee Herman used to scare me because all the couches had faces.
Yeah.
And then I would be a kid and be like,
Wow, when's he going to
"All
start?
right, Yeah, no mouth on this
I
chair.
have fucked the crack. Shit. God damn it. Am I fucking a grown person?
You've really had a cavalcade of up-and-coming comedians in here. You had Ben Avery and Devin Costa.
Yeah.
They had a blast over here.
Yeah, we were getting fucked up. I thought it was the best idea to get really fucked
Yeah,
up.
Devin was drinking gasoline.
Yeah. I don't know what I don't know. I stopped liking drinking 2 months ago. I'm like, I don't like drinking. I really actually fell out of love with it. Mm-hmm. After being in love with it since I was 12,
Right.
like really well.
Huh.
And then I was like, it fucks me up for 2 days after. I'm cloudy headed. Like I saw you guys yesterday. I was like, I'm like, you're getting 30% of me.
Yeah, you Hail Mary to cheeseburger after 3 hot dogs.
Yeah, that was that's what you do, And then I couldn't find my headphones for 2 weeks, like your life just goes into a spin cycle of shit.
Yeah, watching you and Sam Hyde eat cheeseburgers, I was like, this is surreal.
Yeah. After I didn't even know we ordered one. We had the same exact order. And I'm just like, God damn it! You hang. It's like our periods are synced up or something.
Yeah.
A lot of times he'll let me order first and just go, another one of those, and then I started doing it to him.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just don't care, and I trust him.
Yep.
He got 3 with fries, and I was like, yep, 3 with fries.
Well, you trust.
But
that
you were right to do 4 no fries.
4 no. Yeah,
I would have rather
fries are a
done
waste.
4 with no fries.
Fries and extra dog you could have had.
Right.
Yeah.
The dog was even though they could have been done. They could have been done a minute longer on the grill. I would have liked a little more.
They were
snap.
they were
Okay.
a bit soggy.
Yeah.
A bit tubular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No snap. You need this.
What's the chili?
That's like
Just
a
a little-
meat sauce, like a celery salt loaded meat sauce.
I
with
love
a-
celery
It was
salt.
dark.
Yeah, celery salt will fuck your shit up.
It was
It's so
dark
good.
brown, but
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what was
It's like the
going
color
on
of,
there, but
like-
it was good.
Tar. It's like
Yeah, it was
asphalt.
Yeah, that wasn't. People really that and coffee milk is the
Yeah.
one. Usually eat them together.
We had that.
We did.
Oh,
that.
did
We
yeah.
started with a coffee milk.
Or
This
we
is his
had-
first
yeah,
time
we-
here.
Yeah, I've had coffee milk once or twice before, but I haven't been to Rhode Island before. So.
No, we've eaten that an embarrassing amount of times. If you live here, but it's weird when you travel places and you're like, this is our thing,
Right.
And you're like,
sure,
it's a fucking, it's
okay.
okay.
But it's from his grandpa's time. Like our ancestors would have, the 4 things to make the chili dog, and it got you through the 30s. So
you went into the mine.
it catches
you
on,
ate out of your helmet.
Yeah.
You eat shit.
But there was something to it that I liked. Just onion and celery, salt,
You know what?
and a little bit of
hindsight-
chili, but not crazy. It's not a pound of it slopped on. Like I got over the red bean chili dog a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't like red beans in a chili on a dog.
It's a big mess.
Too much fucking
It's just
slop.
filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
messy.
I like the
hot dog,
simplicity of the
exactly core components. That's what we
Yeah.
need.
And what do you call them? Just a hot wiener?
Wieners.
Wieners.
Just
yeah.
wieners. 4 all the way. That's kind of like the order. 4 all the way. Wiener,
yeah.
hot wieners.
Yeah.
New York System. That place obviously got bought out. I don't know which one is the one.
We went to Baba's.
Yeah. Which is the one where like that's the one. But I think there's a better one. I just don't know. I haven't been to them in years. But
Sure, I
Yeah.
believe you.
Yeah.
You make them at home.
Not really.
No, I don't know. I know. Right? Like, what the fuck would I know on eating them? Shit.
Oh, dude, I posted him eating at New York System, and Foley, I'm gonna air you out here, buddy. But H Foley from Are You Garbage hit me up, and he's
Yeah.
like, how many did you have? And I was like 3, and he's like, when we were in town last year, I told the guys I was tired and I had to go to bed, and I went to New York System and had 6. He went and secretly ate hot dogs.
I'm shocked you guys can only have 3 and 6, like 6, 8. That's normal.
It was middle of the day.
Yeah.
We had 2 shows that night.
I didn't bring my pills.
yeah. My eating pills.
So I was a little worried. I've been pretty good the last like 4 days, so I was like, I could have 3, and then I tried to have a fucking Impossible patty at the club, and they gave me the real thing, and I ate those, so I might
he
have a
has
little
gout real bad.
Yeah,
I
now you
can
have
get
a tapeworm.
I
in
can
you.
get some
Yeah.
gout.
Digital
That'd be
tapeworm.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, man, the burger was good. I didn't send it back. I just ate it.
Of course you didn't.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I would have
Fuck
liked to
it.
see what you could do on these eating pills next time. Let's see if we can get some.
He's juicing.
yeah. Like I can see it in your eyes.
It wasn't. I wasn't taking enough allopurinol to prevent me from getting a flare up. A couple weeks ago, because I thought I could go hard and then not worry about it. And I was
he
wrong.
was like, your wife's got me on
got
2
you.
pills. I'm bulletproof. It's like,
Yeah,
dude,
fuck
those
it.
you ate yourself into needing these pills.
Yeah, these are the pills now. This is you. This is like your spine.
Yeah, he's
now.
Barry Bonds.
My head's getting bigger. Yeah, my head's swollen up.
Like you're eating 4 of them. You look at me. You remember the program when the coach realizes that Latimer's on steroids?
Yeah.
And it's just like you're eating 8, and you like I look at you, and instead of being sad, I'm happy for you. I'm like, yeah.
I
have no
should watch the
discipline.
program again. It's been
Yeah,
a long time.
it's a banger.
Program any given Sunday. We could do those back to
Any
back.
given Sunday doesn't hold up.
Oh yeah.
No, it's
Is it
strange.
too stupid because it's 99 or whatever?
Right. When you were a kid, you're like, oh, yeah, football must be this way. And now I know football so well that I know that that's not how it is typically. Like, that's
Because
not.
Oliver
Cameron
Stone
Diaz
didn't
doesn't
know
own
football,
team.
right? It
No,
was
yeah.
his-
Cameron wasn't punting.
yeah. Al Pacino was doing his thing, and Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J fighting in real life. On
Dude,
that.
Willie Beeman? That was the lady steaming?
I got the same tattoo as him because I thought it was so cool. I got 2 guns tattooed
What?
because of Willie Beeman.
What?
Yeah.
Holy
I thought
shit!
the 2 guns in the back was the coolest tattoo. So the second I could afford a Willie Beeman tattoo, when I was 16, I got the guns tattooed because of Willie Beeman.
That's awesome. Holy shit!
Steaming,
Willie
Beeman,
keeps ladies creaming.
yeah, creaming.
Oh, God.
It was a good tattoo, Sam.
Well, if it came out in
that it's inspired by
100%.
if
I
it
didn't
came out
find
in '99, when did you get them?
99.
Okay.
yeah.
It came
I
out
was born in
Friday.
84,
He got
you
it
do the
on
math.
Saturday.
Yeah. You guys have tattoos. How old were you when you got your first tattoo?
I went on my 18th birthday. My mom got me an Against Me song lyric tattooed on my leg.
An Against Me? Yes,
dude.
man. You're like
Yeah.
Memento.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I
Yes.
only have words.
Me-
I have words all over.
Good for you. I have
Yeah.
words too. I have I got this one. I got Ethic and Optimism, which is my parents' I was a real poet when I was 18.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, dude.
Progress. That says progress. How stupid was that? I was
And the S's have a crown on them.
They have a $sign.
Dollar
Sam.
signs and
yeah,
a
and
crown.
crowns because I liked graffiti too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this one when I was 14. This was $50.
No
Yeah. The guy, I went to go get Old English, and he goes, I don't know how to do that. So he's like, I'll just do custom. And I got him on a weight bench while he cooked macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
He's died. He died of hepatitis.
You have your last name
Yeah.
as a trap.
Because of the Flies song.
Oh, sure.
Remember the Flies got you where
Got
I
You
want
Where I
you?
Want
That
You.
was
Yeah,
a
I
cool
remember
tattoo
that.
on his back that I was inspired
His last
by.
name.
Holy-
But
Billy
not,
Beeman and
his
the
was
Flies.
lower. A lot of people did the shoulders. You did lower because that dude did lower.
Yeah, I thought the shoulders
back.
looked like a football jersey, even though I played
right.
football, and I thought it would be cooler because if I played middle linebacker where you would cut your jersey,
Oh, yeah, dude.
it would be
Yeah.
intimidating.
If you're Brian Bosworth, that is hard as hell.
It was
Yeah.
very
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
he
I
was-
was obsessed with Brian. My family was a big Brian Bosworth. Of
course. He was killing people.
My dad
Bro,
gave me the
I did that
haircut.
math in my head.
He had the-
Yeah,
he had the-
yeah,
he had the
I figured.
motorcycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stone Cold was the best movie of all time that no one knew about.
Oh, dude, Stone
I remember that
Cold,
being
yeah.
fun. It's been a long time, but I remember it being fun. I thought
They
it'd be-
flew a
thought it'd
motorcycle
be-
into a fucking helicopter and blew judges up in canoes and shit. It was like ruthless murder.
It's like if the IRA was cool.
yeah. They were like I think the movie opens up with like a judge, like fishing with his grandson, and they were like, like blow up like a child, like immediately. And it was like nuts. And I was like, damn, this movie. My dad took me out of school to go see it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad took me out of school to go see like fucking Kill Bill.
Wow.
Yeah, Kill Bill 1. I got to miss school.
Damn, your dad is cool as shit.
He's really the man, dude. You would I mean, I always
Clearly.
say that about my dad, but he's one of those guys that can just talk to you about anything.
Yeah.
And whatever you're into, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember in Paste magazine," you know. He like cites his source,
Yeah.
but it's like a hipster source, you know.
Magazine.
Yeah.
My subscription to Nylon was really good early. Yeah. And that's how I found out about Grimes really early on.
My dad turned me onto the streets, dude.
Really?
Remember all that British
Blinded
rap?
by the lights?
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum.
My
I like
dad
the
was like,
streets.
"Here's the streets. Here's Dizzy Rascal." It's
You-
like, awesome. Thank you, Dad.
What?
Yeah. It was crazy.
Your dad, who's your dad? Like fucking Virgil Abloh? Like it's like cool as shit.
No, my dad was just like a hipster, but you know he had to get like maximum rock and roll to be turned on to shit. But then we were the first house to get the internet, like in our community, so he was in deep,
I heard
and I was
something over
downloading pornography. What's up?
I heard like a little chime over there. You think we're full up?
Was
or
it this?
What's
I think
that?
there was some tinkling down here.
Do it again.
Nick's been fidgeting.
I've been
No, it was like a ting.
Well, the phone's on airplane mode, and if it tings, it tings. And
All
that's
right.
the thing that Streets taught me.
If it
Some
tings, it
tings are
stings.
tings.
you're
He was a
out
geezer.
here. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Streets was like 16-year-old kid or whatever. He was young, wasn't
I don't know. He was a white guy from
Okay,
like
yeah.
Birmingham
I remember
or
when
something.
he came
yeah.
around,
Yeah.
but I didn't listen to him.
And that first album was so good.
I was
When
like,
your
that's our
head's
thing.
getting blurred. I know you can't stop thinking of her.
You're no fit and you know it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are fit and you know it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I had this. I bought this. That was Streets is good. Damn, that's like real good for a father. That's like the most. It's the best recommendation I've ever heard a parent give ever.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
It's like
we
better
had
than
the
Don't Drink and Drive.
We had opposite dads. My dad was listening to fucking Aerosmith, and he put bullet hole stickers on his motorcycle. He was a fucking idiot.
My dad loves Aerosmith. Saw him 4 times, and I was like, cool. That's the worst answer.
I just always imagine your dad begging your tiny mother with his hands behind his head to Aerosmith, just Batemaning her. Yeah, like trying to make it through one song.
It was Sweet Emotion, and we were in Fort Worth at Hyenas a few weeks ago, and we didn't care. You know, the guy was like, yeah, as far as walk-up music, we have like a weird like little, I can't download new songs, so there's just like these random songs that we play.
The AV system runs on coal.
Yeah, it was weird, but yeah, it didn't make sense. But we were like, yeah, fine, so we don't care. Whatever you play, you play. And I came up to Sweet Emotion, and it fucked with me because I think of my parents, the locked door to the bedroom, and hearing Sweet Emotion and thinking, well, fuck, I was going to ask, you know, if we could go get Checkers, but now I have to like go fuck myself until they're done.
It's just Sweet Emotion, and then your mom muffled saying, "I don't want to." your dad just being like, "Shut up! I work really hard.
my balls here.
Give it to me."
Yeah, there's no worse. Aerosmith is a bad time, and he's from around. They're from around,
Right?
here.
Aren't they from Rhode Island or
they're
New
from
Hampshire?
Mass. They're like
Mass.
right there though too. They're from like, and they sting like because they're so strong.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have any like big Colorado strong like you're like everybody loves like when New Jersey people like Bon Jovi.
Right,
It hurts
yeah.
your feelings.
So hard.
Like,
No, because it was like Big Head Todd, but
Big
that
Head
wasn't.
Todd dominated Colorado when I was a kid. KBCO was always having Big Head Todd on.
And I was in Chicago till I was 12, so there wasn't like, I don't know.
I guess the
don't think
Lumineers
of-
are as close as we come.
wow.
Yeah, that like stomp and hay music.
303
That's
was
tough.
big.
Yeah,
for-
but they're good dudes. Like,
I'll bet
really.
they're good. Yeah,
dude, I fucking opened for Gillis in the Paramount Theater in Denver, you know, the big theater.
Yeah.
And like on the last show of the 4 sold out shows he did, I went up before him and great set. And I, during that moment, the handshake moment, I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, the man you've all been waiting for, the voice of a generation, Shane Gillis. And I turn and I shake his hand and I said, that's how you fucking do it, pussy. So I just rock Shane that way. And then as I'm walking off stage, I hear him say, Sam, sit down and like watch, like watch me do this. So as I'm sitting over there, he's killing. He was pissed. He was furious because he's a jock too. And I said it to fuck with him, of course. And as he would tell a joke, he'd be like doing his thing, and then he'd turn to me and go. But the Lumineers came out, and I introduced the Lumineers, so I put on the guest list to Shane, and I was like, "Hey, Shane, these are the Lumineers," and Shane goes, "Ooh. What a little climber you are, huh, Sam? Oh, wow. Introduce me to the Lumineers." Like, before he said hello to them.
You flick their song on. They're famous as shit, though, aren't they?
They're huge, man. They're huge.
That's like the Decemberists selling out in hours.
That's right, dude.
I've heard one song from them. I remember them. Then I saw their tour, and then 5 friends like, hey, I'm going to see the Decemberists.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, they're monsters like that?
I don't like celebratory music. I like music made by like mad people in a concrete room.
Cutters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, adult grown men cutters.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, suicide freaks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people who want to taste it all.
Yeah, they want to eat. Yeah, they want to eat the microphone to hear their own teeth break, and then chew all of it. Anyway.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna we always talked about like killing yourself. Where you just like you take control. It's like if God thinks he's calling the shots, check this out.
Look how brave I can be, God.
Fuck you. Yeah, I'm not gonna play this fucking game.
You're Keanu Reeves in Devil's Advocate. Yeah. You're looking Al Pacino dead in the eye and Charlize Theron.
Do you have a Devil's Advocate tattoo anywhere?
Yeah, that's this one right up here. It's the Maltese cross from DK Bikes, which looks like a white fucking. It looks like it's the most like. I remember I was changing my shirt when we were doing World Peace, and some kid was like, "You're not like a Nazi, are you?" And I was like, "No, why?" He's
just
like,
when the cameras are rolling.
Yeah, please. Only time. Yeah, exactly. The only time I'm being recorded. But I was like, no, why? He's like, that cross isn't that like a symbol? I was like, it was West Coast Choppers and DK Bicycles, and I really liked BMX, and I thought it was a good idea. I got all my tattoos from 14 to 19.
Yeah, that's when you should be getting tattoos.
Clearly. Yeah.
Yeah, grown men going in and being like, I want to get like Starry Night on my arm. You're like, hey man, just do some push-ups. Come on, just do a couple chin-ups. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, drink or so. Go to the gym in your neighborhood, or drink, or take up a
go
drug.
on a walk.
I always thought it was. I always thought it was crazy when people had a lot of tattoos because once I knew how much they were for like color for big ones. I was like, man, that's so much of your money. Like, what are you doing? How do you have that much money? But then you're acting like you're like, tough or whatever.
We're not buying a house.
Where's that money? Yeah, that's what it was. Or
like
or
I used to buy vintage
you,
video games, but now I get tattoos.
Yeah, you bartend enough, you blow a few shifts worth, and you know that you're gonna make more.
Yeah, like a tattoo artist can't cover his bill, so he's like, "Come in, I'll do your thigh."
Yeah,
But I did get them like 5 scales up. Like a lot of girls got a lot of hot guys because they got a lot of tattoos, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. Like girls got like free brownie points as like early 20s. You're like, whoa, tattooed. She could be like a full-on fucking heroin addict thief with like bad morals.
Right.
Like a rotten person with bad morals from a bad family.
No guilt.
And somehow she's like a solid
She has one starling tattoo on her clavicle.
Yeah. You're like, damn it.
God, I must have her.
She was like a bitch, like a mean girl bully bitch.
Yeah.
And somehow with the tattoo, she's like a new person.
How small are her nipples? I must know.
I'll find out.
Yes.
Are they tattooed?
I wanted to say this. I first met you after long admiring your stuff. And Joe Hatfield, my little bro, is going to be geeked about this because he's a fucking freak for you. But I met you at Skankfest, and I was like, fuck. Like, it was you and Violent J. I was like, these are the 2 guys I can't blow it with. So I approach, because I'm not, if Sam Hyde, I'm scared of him. I can talk to Nick, I think.
Yeah, no, Nick's easy. Yeah.
But I walked up, and we were talking, and you said that thing about wanting to like step on your wife until she was an inch, and I was like, God, this guy's so funny.
Oh.
And
I thought it was shrink her down and then step
I want to stand on her and
but
shrink
you're
her until
saying
she's
shrink her down to an inch.
Shrink her by standing on her.
Right.
Either or. You can manipulate her, freezer, dig holes. Just interesting ways to, man, listen, I was going through it. I was in Las Vegas. I was having a baby in 3 days. And so I flew home from Skankfest and had a child that next day.
And a lot of people got pregnant with children at Skankfest.
Yeah.
Some of them consensually.
Some of them lived.
That's right.
Some of the children made it out of
the
the
boy
womb.
who lived.
Yeah, right. Some of them were queefed out into a toilet, and then some of them, and then some of them were sadly.
I knew I shouldn't have had heart attack grill. Oh wow!
God damn it!
Looks kind of like Louis J. Gomez. But we were talking, we were hitting it off, and I was like, somehow I brought up Nice, and I was like, yeah, you like the south of France, right? And I said, there's that iconic photo of you with a rose in your mouth and your shirt's unbuttoned from your honeymoon, and you were like I saw it on your face, be like, oh no. And then I was like, fuck.
Oh no!
What have I done?
Shit.
Because there's a great picture of you where you're like, it's like a smoky picture. You can tell you're like a beach bar somewhere.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I was the night my wife and I, we went to Nice we did our honeymoon. My wife's she had mad hotel points from her job.
Nice.
So we're like Marriott Bonvoy, and she's really good at credit. She was like, she sat playing the fucking honeymoon more than the wedding.
Yeah.
And the wedding was great, but then we flew out, did Paris for 2 days, which was great, and then we went to Nice for like 5.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like the right move.
Yeah, and then we went to Positano after that. But Nice, we got really fucked up that night. And I was like, do you guys have any weed?
Yeah.
And these like MMA guys are like, get him weed. I'm a cordial guy. But I realize I'm sitting with like Albanian MMA guys.
Right, yeah.
With like banged up ears. And I know as soon as you see the ears, you stop being crazy.
Right, yeah.
But then I'm like, I'll buy hash. I bought hash, and I do this joke with drugs where if someone puts any drug, weed, or anything on the table, I'll take them out and put it right in my mouth right away. So this guy dropped like a hash ball, and I put it in, and they're like, no. And I was like, I like that they were like tough guys, but they were like panicked for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just fucking with you guys.
And they're like, he's crazy.
He's crazy.
He's the machine.
An hour later, they let me ride those like street things. I was so fucked up. I was riding their motorcycles, and I was like, "This is crazy. You guys get to do." I'm all fucked up on hash. I'm like, rolling like cigarettes with hash rails in them. Mm-hmm. I was hallucinating that night.
Yeah.
I remember like staring. I was taking like these weird pictures of my wife. I was taking like of like her like in the moonlight, and I was like, "You'll never believe what I'm seeing right now."
Yeah.
Hey, it was good hash. It was a fun time. Nice was gritty.
I like Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you get away, when you get away from the water, you're in Marseille or whatever, you know? Like, you're no longer in like the opulent place. You're just in a place where people live and like eat fish heads.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Suck the eyes off.
But yeah, I was like, there's that iconic photo of you with your shirt unbuttoned and you have a flower in your mouth. And I was like, what are you doing? Like literally in the moment, I thought like, what are you doing?
That's way worse than me with a tell.
What'd you do? Oh, yeah?
I biffed it with a tell after doing a guest set. We were in the small room in Cleveland. He was in the big room.
Yeah.
Did a guest set, and then afterwards we were in his green room. And I was like, when you did Skanks for the Memories, was most of that album from like one of the sets, or is it like a little bit from everything? And he was like, I don't know. Grab some pizza on your way out.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. I blew it. And he loves it.
I do love
but
that.
I didn't say you were mesmerizing in that one photograph.
I know, dude.
The first time I met Dave, I did say, I think you're wonderful. And he was like, what? And I was like, I know your friend Julie. And he was like, oh, all right. I saved it.
Yeah.
Because I was there with her, so he was excited to see her, and she was in Vegas. I was doing stand-up in Vegas, so I saved it. But I did say, I think you're wonderful. I didn't know what to say, but I really, Insomniac was huge.
It's gonna happen. I mean, I blew it with Juliette Lewis. No. I remember one time I had a meeting with David Wayne's wife for Adult Swim. What is her name? Zandy Hardig. And I wanted her to like play in World Peace, and she was already in like Children's Hospital and shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, meet me for lunch, and I'll just go over some things. As soon as the lunch sat down, a fucking beetle this big landed on her forehead. Like, I've never seen one this big to this day.
Right.
I was like, I grabbed it. I didn't know what to do, and I was like, you have a fucking. This thing looked like it would have given her like bald cancer immediately. Like it was gonna rip her fucking teeth out. And I just like threw it on, and it was like the most awkward. Like she didn't like the fact that I did that. And I was like, I saved your life, right. Idiot. And then I was like, all right, well, I gave her like a hug after. I was like,
no!
Bye. And I went home tomorrow. I was like, that was the fucking worst meeting of all time. I fucking gave her a hug after I picked a bug off her head. Like, what the fuck was I doing?
Man, I had a meeting one time in LA, like the first time I ever had a meeting, and I didn't have any money. And they put me up at the Roosevelt Hotel, but I didn't have a credit card.
Yeah.
So I just had to like lurk in the lobby, like because I couldn't check in, you know. So like my wife like finally faxes her credit card information in, and I can check in, and then I wake up in the morning and I have to be at this meeting, and I'm like, I'll walk. So I try to walk in LA just uphill through like a canyon, and I'm just soaked in sweat, and I'm like, fuck, I have to take a car. I can't show up like this. So I get in an Uber, and in the Uber I cancel whatever debit card was on the Uber account, so I can't get charged because I had no money. And I show up to this meeting just with my shirt stuck to my body, like transparent, like a camo long sleeve shirt in LA and like shorts.
Oh.
And it was, and I walked in the room, and the guy who was like pitching me was like, I just like saw his face like deflate, like, oh no. And I was like, hey everyone, I'm not a walking city, huh? And they're like, no, it's not. And I was like, yeah, I would have taken the train, but you don't have one. And they're like, correct. Like I was just bombing right away before I sat down.
Yep.
God damn.
Those are fun. And I feel like in LA they like doing that to you a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, it's got to be
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
Come on. They're coming like you know, at an antique store with a guy who doesn't know what he's got.
Yep. And they're like, oh, cool.
They're
Sweat.
trying
Yeah.
to have a straight face.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish they actually just had something. I mean, we did one meeting in a like a building where the Soho House was. I remember this kid. We got this kid to like give us a deal, and we showed up to like a movie studio to like pitch them. And we used to pitch in construction paper because we thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Funny.
They didn't.
It's that RISD
Yeah.
coming off of Sam.
Yeah, it was like Sam's like it's got to be like this. Like we dump like a Manila folder full of like fucking. It looked like a something retarded. Is
Yeah.
what it was. They were like, oh god, and like I could see the kid who got me the meeting was like, oh. And we thought we like nailed it. Like, well, we're gonna be at the fucking Oscars this year, so like, let me start getting my tux ready. And then we're in
a bunch of Beatles loose. I'll save you.
we bring in the ferrets. They're gonna love this shit. So they hate. And then we're in the bathroom pissing after, and the kid Dave was like, "Guys, nailed it!" And I was like, "Is he serious? I thought we did pretty good too." And it was like, never talked to us again.
Oh God.
So fuck yeah. I mean, I think LA is like born to make you feel like that.
They want to put you in your place right away.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you've done anything outside of the confines of that city, because if you haven't done it in there, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. If you're not, Jennifer Aniston, which is a kind of a falsehood, is that they also hang on to their like gigantic one thing that they were a part of.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you haven't made a fucking movie in like 7 years.
Like, I was set dresser on Dharma and Greg.
Oh shit, you were? I didn't
Yeah.
know. No one fucking cares.
No, do you want me to park it covered or uncovered?
Like wow.
Yeah.
And I got a ton. Like I met John Taffer's agent one time in my backyard.
Don't you have a signed picture of John over there?
Big John Taffer.
I couldn't think of his name. Earlier. I
How
was
could
gonna
you forget
ask.
his name?
I didn't want to look like a dickhead, so I didn't. Yeah.
You're embarrassing yourself.
John Taffer's gonna watch this. Yeah. But his agent was like the cockiest guy I'd ever seen in my like. He was like the Entourage show in my backyard. Like, yeah, we just signed him up $50 million. It was like, holy shit, agents really are like this.
Yeah.
I wanted to like push my dick inside my body and kill myself.
Too late.
Yeah. Too late. Bang, bang. There was a lot of that.
Did you shoot your dick first?
I pushed it in with the gun.
Yeah.
So they could see it, and they're like, "What's he doing?"
That's just a misdirect. For what?
Well, yeah. I blew it 2 times first. Just kidding. Boom. I give him a third. I send him in a third way. Oh, my phone's ringing. Boom. Wait, his dick's inside. Oh, it says his dad's calling.
Damn, he was good. We should have greenlit it.
Fuck, we could have put it on right after this new spinoff. John Taffer just got a new deal, and it's I think it might be hotels.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
he's gonna go tear it up. And
Yeah.
Did John Taffer do anything in Denver?
He did?
He did. What was the name of that? Was it in like Inglewood?
No. There was one downtown that a bunch of comics got to be a part of.
Oh,
like Zach
yeah.
Reinert was in there,
Right,
and
yeah.
Preston Tompkins. I don't remember how it was put out there, but yeah.
Now it's out of business.
I
I
think
assume,
so.
dude. It's impossible to keep a business going in Lodo.
It was like a small
Really?
bar
Yeah, it's
downtown.
really tough.
I can't think. It was like by Tarantula Billiards, but it wasn't that
Which
bar.
is for sale now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was downtown, and I've never seen the episode, but I've meant to look it up because I want to see who's in there.
You
Like,
have
Reiner
often
had
been
a
like,
line
oh yeah,
or
we're supposed to
something.
watch that bar rescue.
No, I'm so busy.
I meant to look it
I'm
up,
so
you
busy.
say.
No, I wanted to watch it. I want to see the bar. There were so many bars downtown that we didn't go to because
No, we went to 3 bars.
if they had
Yeah.
a
What's your
show
friend's
or a
bartender?
mic, we would
Yes.
go there.
Well, our friends would bartend, so we would go to those
Right,
bars.
that's where, or where there were mics.
What are those 3 good bars in Denver that you?
Squire Lounge, love the Squire Lounge. 715 is my favorite bar in Denver, right there at the old 5 Points, right there on the points.
by
And-
the old DMV?
Yeah, and then I like what is it? The Matchstick, the Candlelight over there at like Alameda and Logan or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, I only go to the 715 Club now when I'm in town. My sister's there. She's dancing to Earl. You know?
Not Earl Sweatshirt.
No.
Old Demo.
Yeah.
He loves it. He's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like a bar where you can be on the patio as much as you want. Because inside it's like a throbbing open wound. You just go out on the patio and hang out.
Yeah.
And that's 715.
Can you smoke butts in Denver?
Oh, yeah.
Inside?
Not in the bar, no.
But on the patio you can?
Oh, fucking
Patio,
cigs,
yeah.
weed.
Oh, that's
nonstop.
great.
I've seen
Yeah.
people like do lines off of the man's bald head there.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Some of the better bars closed, which sucked. You know, they couldn't keep up with the, just prices going up, whatever.
Well, that's Denver
Mr.
dope.
A's or Mr. C's, that one that Cam likes to go to. Got like black guy and like a with like they have
by
like
his
felt
house?
hats on,
By his house, yeah.
It's like classy and
We
grown.
got good from there,
It's good.
like from the truck or whatever, the smoker.
No, if you were gonna buy in Denver, where would you buy, Nick? Are you aware of the market?
No, I'm not aware. Outside, probably by Colorado Springs
Oh,
or
God.
Boulder.
Springs is
Yeah.
blowing up because Denver got so expensive. I think now Springs is going to get the runoff
There. Denver's so small. It's really hard. There's not a lot of space to carry the people who want to live there.
But I think the terrain of I don't know, some of that mountain terrain is not bad. But what I remember read a Brad Feld book, which is Brad Feld is like a startup guy, and he sold Boulder hard. Colorado Springs are they near each other? Colorado Springs and Boulder?
You have Boulder up here, Denver, then the Springs.
Okay, I think it's actually wherever Brad Feld. He wherever those books were that I read 8 years ago. Those had my eyes on them. As far as you guys have the only things I know about Denver are the funny story I can think of is my buddy's in the weed. My buddy Pat globally owns a weed dispensary called the Green Goddess in Venice Beach, California.
Shout out, Pat.
Hey, Pat.
Great dressing, great weed.
Superior dressing, even better weed.
It's healthy. There's vegetables in the dressing.
It's minced with a Vitamix, a $500 blend. I'll get to it later.
Hey everybody, Becker here. We had to cut this episode short. The boys were having some audio difficulties, but I was able to stitch it together, and I'm going to put the other 26 minutes up on the Patreon. Thank you everybody so much.